interview athletes and non-athletes, people that we may know, may not have known, and our goal is to find unique differences in mindset, preparation, social perception, and any kind of individual that we may interview, whether it's an athlete or non-athlete.
We also want to figure out some similarities between athletes and non-athletes as well, and look at the overall big picture of what sports are.
Welcome to our discussion this evening on athletes versus non-athletes. Tonight I'm interviewing Riley Quinn, graduate at UW La Crosse, on his perspective of what it means to be an athlete. First off, Riley, do you consider yourself an athlete?
After 14 or 16 years of organized sports, I would say I definitely consider myself an athlete because it's been such a big part of my life. Even though at this time I'm not playing competitive sports, I would still consider myself an athlete because of the fact that I continue to work out and just keep myself active and play sports whenever I can, whether it's rec sports or just for fun with friends.
And off of that, do you feel that athlete is part of your identity, kind of the way society sees you as a person?
When I think of myself, I'll definitely identify as an athlete, at least for part of myself, I guess you could say.
How important were those sports in your development as a person to this day?
Growing up, being always involved in sports, whether it was watching them, playing them, it's definitely helped with my development as a person as how I am today, based with my work ethic and things like that. Just starting at such a young age, I think coaches, like teammates, parents, everything like that has gotten me to the place I am today and the person I am today. And sports have had such a big impact on my life.
Going off that, what are some of the negatives that you've come across or that you've seen or come across while playing organized sports?
A huge negative, I think, would be the response that parents have on their kids. They kind of have a huge overzealous response of kind of forcing them into sports and pushing them harder and harder and pushing them to a point where they just don't even enjoy the game anymore.
With Eric and Tyler, and I just met them at the rec. Thought I'd ask them a few questions. First thing I got for you guys is what activities did you do?
Well, for me, I played basketball freshman, sophomore year, and then eventually I transitioned more to marching band because I played in the drum line.
Okay.
Got pretty serious, and we would practice from February all the way to December. We'd get only 1 month off, so I didn't have a lot of time for basketball at that point anymore. But from those two sports, I really learned a lot of patience and what it meant to put a lot of time and effort into something.
Sure.
And how to get to know when you actually learn something and do it.
So you just referred to the marching band as a
Yeah.
sport.
Well, if you want to go after the actual definition of a sport,
Sure.
it's it's physical activity and it's a competition.
Sure.
So if you want to go on that, it's like
Absolutely.
the actual definition. I guess it's a sport. A lot of people don't view it as one because it's more of like a musical performance kind of a thing. But I mean, either way, it's just a fun activity to do. Like all their sports are. It's just something to do while you're bored,
Absolutely.
maybe. And it really kicks your butt. I don't know if I can swear, but it really butt.
Sure. Cool. What about you, Eric?
I really wasn't involved in much of sports at all in high
Okay.
school. I was earlier before that, and unless you count drama, running around with heavy equipment, I really didn't do too much.
Okay. Is there any negatives from the marching band, from drama, anything that you felt like you missed out on, or maybe it hurt you a little bit in high school?
I think it's kind of the same deal there. It really didn't get in the way of any of my grades or anything like that. The only way it really hurt me was sawing the thing, and I shot part of it off because I wasn't using the saw correctly, and that really I felt bad for the person I hit with that. Also, I hurt myself in the spotlight, but other than that, not really.
Okay.
Marching was very serious. We were state champions
sports did you play in high school?
Well, I played basketball, ran cross country, and ran track.
Okay. What would you say is your favorite sport?
Basketball for sure.
Basketball is your favorite sport. Awesome. You play intramurals here?
Yep.
You do? Okay. Do you have a game tonight?
No, Wednesday.
You did. Okay. So first question is, what do you think you got out of high school basketball? What were some of the things you learned from it?
A lot of how to work with a team.
Okay.
And just basically.
What do you think some of the negatives about sports were?
Yeah, there was a few tests I probably could have done better on.
Few tests?
If I actually studied on.
Okay, so maybe it hurt your grades a little bit.
Yeah, it didn't hurt too much because I think the work ethic that I got in sports made it better.
What life skills have you learned most from being an athlete?
I think the biggest life skill that I've learned from being an athlete, just as my time in high school and when I was in youth sports, hockey and baseball is what I was in. Teamwork is the biggest thing. Obviously, hockey, it's important to communicate with your teammates and stuff like that. Baseball, it's not as important for teamwork. It's a lot of individual stuff, but you still have to be able to rely on other people around you and just to trust in them to hopefully, if you need them to make a play, they can make a play. So I think the biggest thing is teamwork. Communication is also important, and a lot of the leadership aspects of sport.
Welcome to our discussion today on athletes versus non-athletes. I'm interviewing Dan Hilbert, Viterbo student. So the first question I'm going to ask you today is, what was your involvement with organized sports growing up?
Well, growing up, I played sports here and there. I was never like a three-sport athlete in high school. I played football 4 years, and then I did track for a couple of years, and I tried wrestling for 1 year, but was never super involved in sports.
Okay. So how important would you say that sports were in your life?
I wouldn't say that they were super important. They're, a way to hang out with friends and something to do and something to keep me in shape and look good on college out.
Yeah. What were some of the more important activities that you did in your life growing up?
I really liked hunting and fishing, and just kind of spending time on the water, living on the lake, and just kind of doing all the like Northwood stuff.
Okay.
Having the other activities just kind of helped me feel more well-rounded. It was, if I wasn't playing sports, I had something to do. Obviously, living up north, there wasn't a lot to do other than sports, so I guess I would say it just made me more well-rounded.
Okay. Any negatives that you could say came from your other activities?
I guess looking back, I wish I would have played more sports, just because it wasn't like I didn't have the time to, and now I don't have that chance to anymore. So I guess I wish I would have played more sports for that reason.
I really found it interesting that my good friend Riley still considers himself an athlete to this day, even though he's not involved with sports organizations or hasn't played since high school, but he still likes to keep a healthy lifestyle and work out and play sports whenever he can. And for my other interview, Dan, it's really interesting to see how someone can play sports but still really have a love and knack for other things like outdoors and hunting and fishing like that. Sure.
Okay. In my interviews at the rec, with Eric and Tyler, I found it really interesting that they're two guys that weren't ever really that athletic. Tyler never played sports. He was involved with drama, and Eric played some sports, but he didn't take sports as seriously as he did marching band, which he even considered a sport, which a lot of people may not consider a sport. And his reasons for considering marching band a sport were solid because he put in a lot of time and effort, and it was physically demanding, and he learned a lot from it. And there's an end performance, so by those standards, it just kind of shows that there are other things.
In this video that we made, I found it really interesting how we can go out and meet people that we don't even know, and how similar their thought and experiences are to the conversations that we had together in class, and especially even if they weren't an athlete, they still think of other daily activities and experiences that they have had as much as what an athlete would love from their experiences.
Okay.